Mr. President, by the way.
Ready?
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to the first and final roast of the President. After what he's about to hear, all of his close friends saying horrible shit about each other, I don't think he's going to want to do this again. So how tonight will work, everyone's just going to come up and basically say terrible things. So, Bresman shares, old people that I don't know. I am sorry for what you're about to hear. This is going to go great. So when Amber mentioned that she was thinking about having a roast for Jacob's 30th birthday, I thought, that is a horrible idea. Jacob will not enjoy it at all. But I will, because I'm an asshole and I hate all of these people. Let's just jump right in. Let's give it up for Amber for putting this all together. This is awesome. I think I can think of 400 other ways Jacob would rather spend his 30th birthday, but Amber landed on the one that is everyone saying super mean shit to each other. So, Jacob and Amber, you guys have gotten to know each other very well after dating for the past 2,000 years. You guys are such a fun couple, though. Whenever I go out with Jacob and Amber, two of us always end up crying and puking, and it's never been me. It's always them. Amber loves to have a good time. I think Amber's ideal night is, just grabbing a quick drink with friends at a local eclectic watering hole, and then moving on grabbing 5 to 8 drinks with an acquaintance, and eventually moving on to drinking tequila straight out of a bum's belly button, then chugging a bottle of Fireball in an alley with feral cats, and to top it off, throwing up such a large quantity of chocolate cake on her hotel room bed that she has to switch rooms. Sounds so fun.
I was there for that. It was disgusting. I mean, we were trying to figure out what she ate, and
Or she pooped.
You
or she
don't
pooped. Yeah, no, it was the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So to summarize, Amber is the biggest river monster bitch that I have ever met in my entire life. And I spent a year living with Andrea Meyer, so I just kind of want to switch gears for a second. In all seriousness, I don't know how many of you know this. My dad had a pretty major stroke about 2 months ago. Debbie Downer. But he's had some difficulty speaking, but he is still easier to understand than a blacked out Amber. It's remarkable. And half of his side is partly paralyzed, but he's still more coordinated than Scott. Scott, loved your work in the Bosley hair restoration commercials. Big fan. Honestly, I can't even picture you with hair anymore. It's been so long. It's like, oh, I can't picture you ever being decent at volleyball. One time Scott called me deceivingly athletic, which Amber and Jacob love to repeat. We love that. But Scott is actually deceivingly unintelligent. He has a slight grasp on a wide variety of topics to mask the fact that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about ever. No clue. So with the utmost respect, fuck you, you bald bitch. Brittany Aldana's here. She's fucking talking right now, how rude. Honestly, I was a little scared to write jokes about Brittany because I have seen her punch one of her friends in the face before. R.I.P. to Cooch's forehead. We somehow have this very weird inside joke where Brittany always calls me mom when I really wish she would call me Zaddy. Yeah, I'm not really her type though. I'm a little bit too pale, just a little bit. Yeah, I think Brittany Aldana has screwed more black eyes than Hurricane Katrina. That's where it's at. At least one. Tropical storm Jamie made its way north. Jamie, you look great. I hardly recognize you without your dog's balls in your mouth. Yeah, I think the last time I saw Jamie was actually at her graduation party that she threw for herself without actually having graduated. You know, the journey is more important than the destination. Unless you never get there. Which, don't lie. That's great. Speaking of people going nowhere fast, AJ, whatever the fuck is here. Okay, I just want to play a little game. How many people here are married? Raise your hand. AJ, don't have sex with those people. Sorry. I'm just gonna let that one sit for a while. So Jacob and I have talked at length who we think is worse at volleyball, Scott or AJ. So by a show of hands, who thinks Scott is worse than AJ at volleyball? Wow. Okay, so AJ, you fucking suck. The 2 people raised their hands. Your words. Originally Greg, where's Greg?
He's out there.
Of course. Well, originally Greg was supposed to be up here, but he pulled out at the last second, marking the first time that Greg has ever successfully pulled out. How many? You have 4 kids now?
Yeah. But she's not.
Ew. 4. That's oddly enough the same amount of times that Jamie White has fallen into her own urine while trying to pee directly into a floor drain. Well, Greg should have been up here. I'm sure he would have been fine. Speaking of pussies, Andrea Meyer continues to fill the voids in her life with cats. I lived with Andrea in college, and she was a very interesting roommate. She stockpiled dishes in her room. She never fed her cats, and she threw open grocery bags and left them on the floor. I am clinically depressed, but I am still happier than when I lived with you. Thank you. Andrea went through this phase in college where we'd be out at a bar and she would just walk up to a guy in a button-up shirt, rip the buttons off their shirt, rip it clean open, and walk away. And that was it, never talk to him again. But don't worry, she's grown up since then. Now she just smashes pint glasses over people's heads and attempts to Uber away from the police. What school do you teach at? Okay. Find out after the show and then don't send your kids there. Last but not least, Mr. Jacob Redsman. Let's give him a round of applause. Nice to see you so dressed up. Your sweatpants at the dry cleaner? Cool. Jacob is the only person I know with a well-paying job that still hits you up for the 42 cents that you owe him. I don't have it. I make $15,000 a year, so ask me later. Jacob is a creature of habit. For the past several years, he's eaten the same Jimmy Dean's breakfast sandwich that his mom makes him, eats the same lunch at work that his mom makes him, and comes home to the same dinner that his mom makes him. Jacob, we're here celebrating your 30 trips around the sun, which is oddly enough the same amount of questions you ask anyone at any time for absolutely no fucking reason. You are genuinely one of the nicest people I have the pleasure of knowing. Plus you got them dummy thick birthing hips. Cheers to you. Everyone raise your glasses with me. Cheers to you and to living in your parents' house for another 30 years. No. Please help me in welcoming your next roaster, a woman with the physical stature and grace of a paraplegic giraffe, Andrea Meyer.